Welcome back to the channel, Super Snails. Gaspard Claus, one of our subscribers here, asked a question. He wanted an update. So I'm going to do like a follow-up of about a month's worth of being in the Rift. So right now, currently, I am exploring. Last night, I was able to basically waste all of, not waste, spend all of my speed ups. So right now, I still need to wait like a bunch of hours. So there's a possibility that I might just like, speed up the 13 hours and then just leave just so I can do my dailies and just let it accumulate. It's just in an awkward place. I need to do my dailies. So the Rift obviously starts with the Queen Victoria. She's like your first person you have to defeat. So in the Time Rift page, you're going to see the cross-dimensional jump. That's going to be the first tile or hexagon that you can flip or that you can start putting intel into. I think if I recall correctly, it costs 20,000 intel, which is a lot, and it goes up in increments of like 20,000. And if you look right now, right, I have like 190, basically 200,000 intel right now, and this is costing me 160,000. But I don't want to flip that one. I want to flip something like this, for example, which gives me like 240. You can read the notes if you wanted to, and this one will probably tell you this is important. So are you okay? That's not helpful. Add 6 rush per apostle. Obviously, this 6 rush per apostle defeated. It can be upgraded 50 times for a max of 300 rush per apostle. With all the apostles defeated. So someone's already done the math for you. Holy snail, 50 levels. Did that say 50? Holy shit, that is a lot. Okay, so it's getting really, really pricey down here. 50 levels. I never noticed that. I thought it was gonna be like 3 points or whatever. 50 freaking levels. That's a lot. But what I've noticed is that, like, all right, for example, like I've dominated this guy, and this guy I'm trying to dominate right now. And when I fight him, if I don't find the weakness for him, then that's pointless. So I'm not gonna be worried about things like that. Um, so back to the Time Rift page. This guy right here, I'm going to try to put as many points as I'm actually going to try to max that out as soon as possible so that I can travel faster. Okay, and then you're going to look at these flip tiles, the whites to purples, and this is another white to purple. Unlock special cards, Rift, card conversion, Time Rift gives you 20% rewards. I would do that one as well. Another white to purple. This is white to purple, and white to purple. Let's see, anything else here? Upgrade. Yep, so white to purple as well. And another white to purple. So all of these right here. Okay, damage. I put a lot of points into the damage, obviously, because it goes in percentage. So as your snail gets stronger off to the side, you're also getting stronger. But the thing is, right now it's costing me like 600 grand. I do like to flip my tiles. So anything white to purple, I'm always putting points into first. Damage can come second, because damage just isn't it. I've always preached this. I'm preaching this in my previous videos and every videos. Like, I always flip the tiles. I always like to flip, because you're exploring more than you're doing damage. You're fighting. You're fighting so much less than actually going through the exploration section. So yeah, I put points into this because I wanted to see if I could unlock something like further down here and stuff, but I ended up unlocking just that. So whatever, that's not a big deal. This is really important. So when you unlock maybe this area right here, this is when you start getting like the max box cap. It's at 80,000 right now, and I am still not going any further. So this guy right here, travel speed, super important. This guy right here, the unlocks special cards. You're going to hit the cards anyway, so you might as well make use of them. So that's why I don't mind the special cards. And then the conversion, because you're going to be left over with a lot of cards for a long time. No matter what, you are going to always be left over with cards. Let's say I ended it right now. I'm going to have 4 of these, and then I'm going to have 1 in 1 of these. So I might as well upgrade the amount of cards that I have, or the percentage that of the rewards that I get from them. So you don't go home empty-handed, because those cards would just technically kind of go to waste. They don't go to waste, but those cards would have more value on the way out. That's why this one's pretty good. It's not like the best one. I would put like maybe 1 point into it and then keep moving, because again, I want these right here, these whites to purple, white to purple, white to purple, and these right here. I want that smiley face. I'm also doing the damage, because the damage has been helping me quite a bit. The damage has been helping me, go further and further down. And this section right here is actually very hard. They're actually very, very difficult. These guys have a bunch of HP, and it's hard for me to show you right now because I haven't sped up anything. Here are your cards. I always went for the either the damage ones, the injections, because hard stats is really good. Obviously, I went for the weapon as soon as possible, so I can, you know, start exploring, get points as soon as possible. I would actually prioritize, if you can get this weapon, get it first. If you cannot, go for the intel, because they give you a good amount of intel. It starts stacking up really fast. And if you cannot get the intel, because I don't know how you couldn't get the intel, it being 2 points. If you can't get the hard stats, then get the intel, right? You don't need black tabs. Black tabs is not important. The blue scrolls, is it novice scrolls at this point? These scrolls, I think it's the novice scrolls at this point, would not. I could just read it. Yeah, novice scrolls. The novice scrolls and the white tabs at this point, you're in the rift. You don't really need it as much as you need like the value of the weapon, so you can put those together. These are special cards. How can you tell? They all look the same. Well, this one has like a little rock here, a little rock, little shards there, and these put the shards in the far back. So that's as creative as the developers really wanted to get with the special cards. They could have made them like red or something, or blue, but nah, they went and made them look as similar as possible. Subtle differences, you know, whatever. Okay, so the time beacon. So when you go into the time beacon, here is where you do a lot of this is where it kind of starts looking like, you know, Merca, Britlin. It starts looking like Kemet. It starts looking like Barata, Hela. All of it in one place. It's just all of it connected. You have one guy that you have. I can't see him anymore. One guy that you have to beat. I can see. If I go to anecdotes, I'll see the guy that I want to fight, which is basically that guy. He always shows up. He always looks kind of like this. And you can see that he's got like weaknesses. You can't use dodge on him, and you can't use paralysis. It's pointless. So having those rings or having that gear in here, it's pointless, useless to use for him. So he would look kind of like that. He would just be a weaker version of that guy. And then when you beat him, you unlock like a tree. And this would be like a racing sim. I think it's a riding thing. And this one is going to be like seafaring. Okay, so here, this could be like, dude, I can't remember what they look like. And then this is another one right here. I can't remember what these were. Seafaring could be like maybe a race as well. I don't remember. don't remember. I don't remember if it was a race or anything. This could have been a fight. So I'll just show you what I have right now. I'll go to the anecdotes, and the anecdotes will show me all the guys in blue. And for example, okay, this is the best way for me to show you you being here for the first time. Whatever you see in front of you, whatever you see that you can do in front of you, you just click on it, right? And when you click on it and you go to deploy, you can hit auto deploy right here, and it'll just it puts in the best characters as that you have. And usually the ones with S, triple S, and double S are the ones that you want to put points into. Those are the ones you want to level up. The ones that have B and C tier, that means that they don't have any skills for this your band section, right? So this section right here is band. She being triple S, she is basically your anchor. She's the one that you want to prioritize. If you ever unlock another triple S, then you're going to want to put 2 points into those two. The 2 S's are like secondary band mates. They have like band traits. So if I click here and I touch this right here, this I don't know if this is a stamp or whatever. It's just an ability that you can level up. It says band, so that's mainly band. It's only band. This is only band. This is band, dance, and siege. So she's got 2 backups. So she is maybe an S or an A tier dancer and an A tier sieger maybe. So like if you didn't have any of those, that's why she's useful. But she's a triple S because she's got these like these really good abilities just for that. So that if you're stuck in the band section, just level up her band skills. Like for example, if you're here, right? If you're at the bottom right here, I'm at the bottom right now. I have this right here and these 4 available to fight. This blue stuff is to like when it's purple, it's like you have to meet a certain check. And for example, this one wants me to put Atlantis Crystal. I don't have it, so it's just gonna stay there for a while. This one's asking for an African star. My African star is not unawakened, so I wouldn't have known that I needed to do that. So the soul stone, yeah, like I don't have it. I don't have it. I'm not gonna be able to get it. Some of these guys upgrade your drifters, so I could select a drifter and I could put points into them. And this is one of the good things, because this is some of your heroes or your partners come in and they don't have abilities. Some of these hexagons will be like blank. So when you go into that area, you can actually teach them backup abilities, and it'll help your units become even stronger, right? And it takes time. It takes like, I don't know, 12 hours or something like that. So you pick one, and let's say it's this one, and then bam, you just give them that, and they'll learn drifter. They'll learn drifter siege skills, which is really good for the drifting section. Not very good for the dancing section, but that's okay, because again, you're spending a lot of time here, so it doesn't matter that you're like, oh, I got drifter and dance, or band and, you know, fight or siege or whatever. You know what I mean? So for this one right here, you'd want to go ahead and focus on leveling her up so that you can meet the 13,000. And right now it's 10,000, so it's going to be really hard for me to beat. So if I click on him right here, we're on, what is it, band? Okay, so I click here. Is this a band effect? It is a band effect. It's I only have 500, or I only have 700 of 500, so it meets it. All ally singer band talent effects go up 12%. So right now it's at, so it goes up 4%. This may be really good because it increases me overall 4%. I was at 10k, it went up a little bit. It's just still not enough. It's hilarious how minimal that just went up. So if I beat him, it maybe unlocks me something that I could be of use. I don't know what it unlocks. I haven't beaten it yet, obviously, but if it unlocks something like this, that'd be cool. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it unlocks, it won't. Sometimes it can unlock, you know, people that are left behind. This one is, so this one, all of your group is, your group's power will go ahead and fight whatever's in here. And so right now, like these are my best guys for this. These guys are just great for just this. So I'm always going to see if I can upgrade that. I can't, because I actually technically just put some points away into one of my bandmates. So now this has to basically suffer till later. But that's okay, because this one's so freaking high. It's at 29 and my power is at 21. So would you rather, you know, knock out this guy right here, which is at 13? So this one's only 3,000 points away. So I would want to level up this section first and defeat that one, and then move on to the next one. They just get so much stronger as you go, further down. You might as well just get rid of what's in front of you right here and above, and then start slowly working your way down here. So we saw that this was like a where it checks my entire group's power. Right now it's not even close. This guy's just like the boss that you fight once a day. I think all of these you only can fight once a day, or once per exploration. So it doesn't, if you're about to leave and you're about to start another exploration, you just do it. You can just fight them. This is, if you recall, like, this is like exactly, let's see, auto deploy. This is my best guys. This is kind of like Barata. Yeah, Barata, where you fight with all your monks and stuff, and your monkey and stuff. So this is exactly what it is. But right now, look at this. It's he's like double my power. There's no point in even me wasting time fighting this guy. Because I could be exploring, or I could be doing something else with my life. It's just that you're not going to get strong enough, or you're not going to be able to touch that guy, so it doesn't even matter. Another band practice section, and it's at 9,000. So now the other one's 3,000, this one's at 6,000 more. So it's like, just take your time, work your way up. That's how you do that. So that's that one. The anecdotes is basically all of the enemies and all of the things available from the enemy section. So this is what I mean by like enemy section. He's no longer your enemy. He's actually like, he becomes a teacher, but because you fought him and he's in here, this is like a shortcut. This thing is going to get super long. Like, this is really like, I can't go any freaking longer. I can't go any more down, but look at this. It's going to get longer. It's a lot. That's a lot of going down, 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 down. I don't even know if there's any more after that, but hell, whatever. I can imagine the time beacon section. I can imagine this going down really, really far. if you guys have seen the museum for the time rift, that thing goes really low, and they only open up the more you dominate these guys. And I don't recall there being so little. 4, 26, 28, or 28, no, 27. So there's 27 of these there left. So if I go into the museum, it looks way deeper than 27. This looks like right here 4, 16, 20. There's more than 28. There's more than 28. There's a lot of dominating that you are going to have to do in this general area. So this right here feels like falseness. I feel like there's way more going down underneath, or maybe perhaps there's going to be like a second section where you dominate there, or maybe there's like a past, present, mat tap kind of section where you can go in the past and the future of the rift, which would be insane. I don't know. I haven't looked up any of that stuff, but that's what I can imagine, because that's the only way you can open up those things is by dominating these guys, unless it's gonna then pivot to like a different check or something like that. I don't know, but I'm rocking the Lady Liberty. Online, you will hear that the matte tablet is what the Chinese meta is, and that's fine. Do you go ahead and do the matte tablet if that makes you feel better. I want Intel. Even if the Intel is like, even if the percentage of the Intel is abysmal, it's still gonna get me these tiles flipped faster than the matte tablet, because the matte tablet doesn't give me Intel at all. It gives me speed ups for my my cloning, and I've actually talked about that too. That the cloning right now, it's asking me for like this one took me like, to get it to round 3, it took me like 8 days. 8 days is a lot. So I get why you would do the matte tablet, but if you look at my like, if I click here, if you look at my genes, I don't have that many genes. So if I speed it up and then I come in here and I speed it up again, I'm like, okay, I don't have that, or I don't have the cache. It's like I'm kind of stuck in this weird place. So I think early on, I think I need to do my Lady Liberty first, and then when I get to a place where I'm like, I can start speeding it up and paying for it, speeding up, paying for it, then I'll be happy. Right now I'm not happy because I'm not getting as many, resources. Maybe there'll be something here where it says in demon in this form, or in all forms you more cells drop when you hit T7 or something. Sure, but I strongly believe that Lady Liberty is the right call for me. If that pisses anybody off, I don't give a shit. Do you do what makes you happy. Always do what makes you happy, and that's what's making me happy. To get the intel so I can flip these tiles over. And actually, like I said before, once I get these whites to purple, once I get all of these flipped into that section, then that's when it starts getting to the point where I like, you know what? I could probably start doing the matte tablet, because now I flipped all of the board traveling section. I've turned this entire board into its maximum value, and I no longer need Intel for that. And that's when I'm probably going to shift. That's when I'm going to pivot to the matte tablet. And I need to make sure that those are where they need to be first. That's how I feel about it. So, hopefully that was educational at all. The weapon section, the Time Wanderer. The Time Wanderer's other weapon, I don't know where this is. This says right here, reward by defeating Millennium Bug. I don't know where this bug is. I haven't seen... I don't know if this is the Millennium Bug or whatever. I don't know. But that's really what I am looking for. That looks like Saitama, that Saitama character. I don't know what the Millennium Bug looks like. And once you defeat him, that's when you'll get the Time Wanderer, which is I'm really excited. I really want that weapon so bad, because that's when I'm actually going to go into the past, and then I'm actually going to continue 100%ing That'll be a good, for me, that is going to be a really good pause from the Rift, because the Rift is exhausting. It is exhausting right now. It is to the point where it's like you come in, you log in, you do your dailies, and then you basically don't do anything for 8 or 9, 10 hours. Man, maybe that's everybody else. I like to log in like 2 or 3 or 4 times in this game. I like to, because I manage one of the clubs. I'm not the president, but I manage one of the clubs, and I like to go in here and I like to like constantly keep aware of like what's going on. Like my members AFK or leaving. Are we winning in the tower battle? Are we doing the proper bidding in the Douglas effect thing? So but because the Rift is so freaking exhausting and so long, it takes like a day and a half and shit to complete. It's like, all right, well, I feel like I don't really have a real reason to come back. You know what I'm saying? So when I get the Time Wanderer, I can actually go back into the previous areas, and I know I'll be able to roll them. It'll give me like a huge dopamine rush because I'll be able to like, yeah, I beat that one. Yeah, bam, I beat that one. And yeah, I'm taking a lot of my resources and whatever, but you know what I'm saying? I'll be able to use that. Uh, Try to get your time machine as far upgraded as possible. You can see that there's like a bell curve going, not even a bell curve. There's like a U curve, or like a bulge curve or something. Like this is eventually going to ask me for everything 59. So right now this one and this one have to be upgraded for this to go to 64. That's just the way the game is made. So I've put my best ones in here, which this one gives me travel speed output 30%. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me anything else. It would have been great if it gave me both, but if it gives me just the one travel speed output, that's all I need, and that's 90. Sorry, that's 60 right there, and then with this one right here is 90. So this is almost 100% efficient, and if we want to maximize that as well, we go ahead and go to Legina. Oh, Legina has rent. How you doing, girl? Thank you. And I went ahead and have her at 21% for the time machine travel speed output. So now I'm at 110% production on that. So I need 10 more points on that. Basically every single learning book that I get, I give it to her. Eventually this is going to be all 100%. I made the mistake early on in this account that I gave like a lot of the books to the Toast Yuji. Mistake. I thought I was really into like the dragon forms or superior to everything, blah blah blah, superior. What does she give you? Query output. I mean, I guess that's good. It's not bad. Maybe I could put it up to like maybe 10%. So if I have 330s on the other side, I could then make it 100%. But it's just the time machine is just so much more valuable currently right now. And life is fluid. You can change you can change your opinions and your thoughts depending on what's in front of you, what challenges you have to meet. But right now my biggest challenge is time. So I increase my time production so that I can, go in through the rift as fast as possible. This guy is cooking. Legina's cooking. My loadout looks like this. I have the greater engineer, which gives me almost 10% travel speed, and it gives me intel increase as I go into a new area. My exploration compass has these right here. These are all mainly like intel or travel speed. They even, if I could, it'd be great if you can at least click on it. Can I at least click on the thing so I can see? But no, it's like, no, you're traveling. You can't look at it. You got to go out of here and you got to go somewhere else. So this one gives me 6K and it gives me a bunch of intel upon traveling through an area. So now I have 120 from one of my weapons. And I have, 30 from the cuneiform tablet. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Cuneiform? Whatever. I don't know how to even pronounce that thing. Holy shit. So yeah, I have so to try to make sure that everything intel and travel speed is good to go. And if you don't, just come up here real quick and, you know, gear forge whatever the hell you need. Go get your tracks. Uh, I think the other one's gold. Is it this one? Is it this one that gives you the intel? Yeah. So I would say like one of the two most important gears. You could say the nunchucks are really important, but you get those for free anyway, so it doesn't matter. So just get this guy going and get the tracks going. I think those are get them at least red each, or get them to +1 as soon as possible, because they're gonna you're gonna benefit from those the most from here on out. From the moment you get them, no matter what, you're always gonna benefit them because they're always gonna give you travel speed. You're always gonna be traveling. They're always gonna give you intel. You're always gonna be needing intel, especially in the Rift. And obviously, you know, work on trying to get your T7 forms. That's actually really helpful. I'm at 24 million and I still don't have them. I should, but I started late. I really didn't put as much effort into learning the upgrading my forms as I do on my secondary account, because I know how important they are. Like I think there were some gaps between that, or I was just spending my resources differently. I don't know, man. Or maybe I just didn't speed them up enough. I don't know, whatever. But they're on their way, so it's not a big deal. Uh, what else is there that I can share about the Rift? So we talked about Lady Liberty. We talked about the beacon. If you go to the temporal drifters, this is where you can see them all. If you wanted to go ahead and click on this guy right here, this will show you like this is like the blown out view. These guys, these are kind of like your partners, your allies, right? These are technically, most of them I found them by they're being like, they were like prisoners or something. They were being captured by like the apostles in this area right here. So like if you beat her, I think the Queen Victoria releases 2 ships or something like that, or 1 ship or something. And yeah, that's then you just, you know, then you get the drifters, and then they help you out. So this guy right here, obviously he's before combat shells for, what is that, 1.02 million. So 1.02 million damage up front, which is really nice. This one also does the same thing because I've gotten it to level 17, so I'm hitting really hard. So if you want to hit, so for the apostles, right? These guys right here, these 2 ships are really good for the apostle area because they shoot the they hit the enemies, the apostles, before combat first, and they hit hard. They hit really hard. The same thing goes for the pyramid. This is not as high level because they're just kind of falling behind. And remember, when you level up these guys right here, because if you're stuck in like a band section, leveling up the band members actually helps you out. So if you level her up, she'll give you like lifesteal rate and stuff like that, but you know, her rating goes up a little bit. I know it's mostly right here, but it helps regardless. He's at 14 because he's got crit rate, and your crit rate increasing when you go against apostles is really big. And it just says overall right here in the Rift, which is the apostle section, right? This guy says in the Rift reduces damage. That's really good. He's only got 9 because when I increase him, it doesn't really do like insane amounts of damage increase on this one. So this pyramid is not necessarily priority. This one is, because whenever you, again, shells enemies for almost 1 million damage, that's really huge. The power goes up pretty good, a lot better than the other one. The other one's damage reduction, which is nice. But, you know, more upfront damage is really good. I upgrade them literally as the threat level in front of me increases, and it tells me, hey, I need to get these things going. I upgrade it, and then to try to, you know, defeat them, whatever's in front of me. This guy's really good. This guy, whenever you get this guy, he is, what's his name? Demonic Juan Yu, or we'll just call him Demonic Yu. So DY over here, he increases your Rift crit damage, and right now I've actually been putting him like almost more priority than Excalibur, because Excalibur increases your crit. So wait, let me see, 14 and 12. Okay, so Excalibur has always gotten my Excalibur's awesome, dude. increases your crit rate, with which you should have already, a lot of crit from like relics, points into when you do the little relic section and you get these little blue points or gold points. You should have crit from that. You should have crit from your weapons. You should have crit from your toner section. So he just adds to that. But if you're hitting crit, I would rather hit harder. So that's why I kind of like, I'm following right behind these two right here. These two right here, they go together. The U and Calibra. And then this guy, the number one hitman, actually, he increases your in the rift, your snail attack by 28,000. So he's actually really good. I put in 14 points on him as well. So he doesn't shell, but if you're waiting for 1900 and 1300, and you can go ahead and squeeze out a little damage sooner, it's not gonna hurt you to do that, because it could mean the difference between defeating someone and moving forward. It could mean the difference between maybe dominating somebody and being able to open up a slot in the museum and having a relic that says food consumption reduced, and you could put it in there. Now you can travel a little further because the food's going to be a situation that you're going to have. So it matters. The little things do matter. So, but for the most part, these two ships, this pyramid, top notch. Those are the ones that do the most damage up front. And then right here, this is damage, damage, and damage. And then these guys right here, I don't really prioritize nearly as much. This one has 9 points into it. She has 6 points. 1 point. I don't care really about the mecha cells. Not right now. I don't care about the reagent drops. I don't care about the mutant cells, even though I kind of do. I should probably put points into them, but whatever. The zombie cells, I don't care about those. If anything, I just put points into them right here. But their rating does go up, and it does increase them somehow. I don't know. I don't know exactly yet, but I know, like, if you're doing some kind of dance, this is where your dance rating goes up. That's how I upgrade it. And then if I wanted to, like I said before, if I wanted to just specifically focus on the band people, sometimes you'll have like these one extra guy that's a band member, and it's just because, like, well, it's just kind of like what this one has. He's like a C. Maybe everyone else, or maybe this one's an A and everybody else is a C. So they automatically slot this person or this pyramid in, and that one takes the place of whatever. But it's you don't put points into that character for band, because your triple S is right here, your double S is right here. Why? Because this is defense. Okay, fine. Defense. Okay, fine. Defense. Okay, so these two have to be banned. Banned. Okay, so there you go. So you put points into those band things to, if they're cheaper and if you just need that little push and it's cheaper, go ahead, put some points into it. But that's why it's at 3. It's not because she's like amazing. It's just that I need her to, boom, go in there. Now this says defense. I'm not sure 100% if defense is for defense might be when the pyramids come into you, but that could also be siege, because okay, no, never mind. It says defense. Let's go in here and look up for yeah, okay, so siege. So if you wanted to go ahead and click siege, these are your siege guys. They're the ones that like do the attacking. This is defense. You can see like the little wall again here. It'd be cool if it had like the little wall symbol here in the band section, and there are little symbols so that you can actually like see it faster, see it sooner. Seafaring, these are the only 2 seafaring guys that I have, so it makes it really difficult to win right now with just 2 guys at windfaring events, but that's okay. I think I those 2 are pretty much enough. The defense, you can upgrade her. She's really good at defense. She's got 3, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, you can just go ahead and look at them, and then Dharma. These are your good attackers. So these guys like deals physical damage to an enemy, and I mean, Calibra's really good, but he is really, really, really good. Hitman number 1 is really good. He does the he's got like the monkey charge, so he skips a turn so he can like power up. He hits you with like a special ability. He's got the double hit. So right now, currently, he's really good. I'm not sure if later on when you get Zang Zang or whatever, if he's gonna be a helpful monk or any of that stuff. I don't know if he's gonna be high tier triple S level as well, but Hitman number one right now, he rocks, dude. He rocks. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that because that's what I know. That's what I've learned so far from the month. Yay, Lady Liberty, go get him, go get me intel. And yeah, that's hopefully what I can share with you guys. And yeah, fast forward as soon as you can to do your dailies. Always do your dailies, obviously, because so I don't usually if I right now I actually kind of feel like I should just get out. I should just recall so that I can do this tomorrow, be ready tomorrow. But I don't know. Maybe I'll see how the day goes, and then maybe I'll do end my dailies. But that's not important. But anyway, that is what I've learned. Hopefully that helps you guys out, and I will see you guys maybe on this video a month from now, and we'll just talk about what I've learned in a month from now, because right now this is as far as I've gone. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 apostles have been dominated. That would be awesome if in a month from now I have another 13 down, but I doubt it. I might have like 2 more. Because right now this guy's really, really hard. Karate Kid, whatever, Karate Master, he's really strong. This guy's on like round 7. So I'm not dominating anybody. And that's with my worst kit. So I know that if I upgraded my best kit, I might be hitting them on like round 5. So it's still not good. Maybe even 6. They're really, their HP bars are really heavy. So anyway, I'm not gonna put points into this as cool as Rush looks like, because if I could, you know what, I'll just go ahead and speed it up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and so now let's take a look at him, right? I don't have his weakness, so having a bajillion Rush isn't going to help me. It's not gonna help you. Has hit resistance and paralysis resistance. You're not going to be able to use those 2 weapons on him. The HP here is, we're looking at almost 4 million, and we do about like 2 or 3 million in the beginning, something like that. Let's take a look. I'm in mutant form because I'm collecting mutant cells. Bow, 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 bow. So we did 3 million, and we win at round 6. So maybe I can get him to round 5 if I was using dragon form and all my best equipment and stuff like that. But I'm not really worried about that right now. Oh yeah, I beat him just yesterday. So I'm glad I don't have to fight him again in my mutant form. So when I start doing the mat tablet and I no longer need the intel for those particular areas, I'm gonna have a different loadout, which will be mainly damage. So if I can't beat them, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? There are no more secret techniques that I can pull off. I'll always be trying to hit them as hard as possible. But same thing, hit and paralysis. You can't do anything. Here we do about 3. If we do 3 up front, we still got to deal with like 1.7. The guy's doing 160,000 damage. I don't have that much defense. I'm gonna get blasted. Ninja Kato. Oof. So we didn't even do 3K. We didn't even do 3 million. We did, and he crit me. We did 2.9 million. The HP drain is really good. And then if we crit, we crit that dude for a lot. We crit him for a lot. Okay, so that's that 1 unit that's giving me the crit damage, and the Excalibur is the one that's giving me the crit opportunity or increase. And then wow, that's a lot of damage. So yeah, I still got a few more rounds. I feel like I have maybe 2 or 3 more rounds with my highest, and then I'm blasted. So it's like, what do you do? And you think with all that speed up, those 13 hours, I got like a bunch of intel. I was only at like almost 200,000 or something like that, and I only went up like 100. So it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Per victory, time capsule gained 1. I am not going to do that. I am going to wait to get to 480. And then once I do that, I can flip that tile, because all of my whites to blues are done. And then I'll start working on the damage, or maybe I'll even do the meal box. I might actually do the meal box first, because the meal box increase to 100,000. Wow, another 20,000. That will help me explore even further and further down. Oh, Peacekeeper, I want that skin. I want to eat you alive. We got Hella. Who else? Who else can we see? How else? I don't see a bug here. Okay, but can you tell me your name? This is a bug, right? What's that say? Must defeat this guy. So if must defeat, what is it? Pedals? Oh, the pedals? No. So I don't see a bug here. Maybe if I got a little lower, you know, we can unlock the web time wanderer. So yeah, I think I'll just end it right there. This guy right here, and then I'll just restart, just so I can do my dailies. So see you guys on the next one. Peace.